ERC, quality service since 1972. Repairing TVs, console stereos, electronic musical instruments, pinball machines, arcade games, and more. Call 836-0454.
You've clicked on the Weather Xtreme video from ABC 3340, and I'm meteorologist Brian Peters with you for this Saturday, February the 23rd edition. And boy, what a nice rain we had across central Alabama. Let's go ahead and take a look at some Skycam images this morning. Here's a look at the Edmund Pettus Bridge down in Selma. And it looks like the Alabama River is running pretty nicely. A little bit of fog and some low clouds around as we take a look at Huntsville up there in the Tennessee River Valley. And then the flags are flying down at Demopolis. Not a river shot today. Maybe we'll take a look at that tomorrow. On the surface map, we have a weather system off the southeast Atlantic coast that came through here yesterday and provided us with a couple of days of very nice rain. At 500 millibars overlaid on the water vapor imagery, we've got the major trough over Kentucky and Alabama that's moving off to the east, and then there's a little bit of a short wave over, looks there about Kansas, Nebraska, and Oklahoma. And that little short wave will be moving through today, but most of the moisture is gone, so don't expect any rain. Temperatures still rather cold across Canada, although not nearly as much purple color in there, those really minus, really cold minus numbers. Not quite as much as we've seen for the last several days. And across central Alabama, we're generally in the 40s, with a few upper 30s across the Tennessee River Valley, where the colder and drier air is a little more firmly entrenched. Notice the dew points are in the upper 20s there at Muscle Shoals, but in the mid 40s elsewhere. Still some watches and warnings in effect, primarily related to winter weather. But nothing quite as broad and significant as we've seen. QPF is dropping back just a little bit, not quite as optimistic as they were yesterday, and I think probably that is the right trend. Storm Prediction Center has not much outlooked for today, a little bit possibility of some marginally severe storms across the Florida Peninsula. All right, here's the 06Z GFS model run, and this is for midday on Sunday. There is the little short wave coming across the southeastern U.S., and of course that is going to be a bit moisture starved, so the result is that we will see high pressure coming across, but very little in the way of any moisture. We may see some clouds, but that's just about it. On Monday, the little short wave is gone, and another trough is headed our way, and that's going to be our next weather system. We see a surface low over about Kansas City with a trough and front back down into Texas. I'm interested that the GFS here seems to be keeping the moisture very limited in this particular situation. And by midnight, the GFS has the front approaching us. However, on Tuesday at midday, the GFS has got the front already by, getting some wraparound precip coming through Illinois and Missouri. But let's look at the NAM, and the NAM is a little bit slower, and I think the NAM probably has a little better handle on this in terms of speed, and it's not bringing the front through until about midday on Tuesday, and I think that is probably a bit closer to right. The trough and the short waves begin to phase up, and we're going to get another shot at some cold air. Could this be the last shot? Well, it's possible, but remember, winter doesn't end until the latter part of March officially. And with that, take a look at the thicknesses. Looks like we might even see Wednesday morning, we might even see a few snow flurries across the Tennessee River Valley if we do have some clouds. And the 540 line now dipping all the way down to just off the coastline there at Mobile. But in typical fashion, we begin to see a gradual warm-up. Now, Thursday morning will still be a bit nippy. Large high-pressure system right over us, and that will allow plenty of radiational cooling. The high shifts off to the east on Friday as a new weather system moves across a little further to the north, moving across the Great Lakes area. By Saturday, we see a trough dipping down into the eastern part of the country with a pretty good ridge in the central U.S., and that should bring a bit of a front, but it looks like, once again, maybe it'll be moisture-starved as it moves into and across the southeastern U.S., And that leaves us with Sunday, which looks right now like the 2nd of March. Looks like it will be dry. All right, let's quickly zip out into Voodoo Land, and the pattern stays relatively active here for the next couple of weeks. There's the 4th. It looks like another weather system on the 3rd and 4th coming through. And then some more wet weather as we see another surface low again on the 6th. And then another really wet-looking pattern as we develop what appears to be another significant overrunning situation like we just had, which of course we will use and be happy to have on the 9th. But remember, this is way out there in voodoo. Well, we appreciate you tuning in to the Weather Extreme video. I'm ABC 3340 meteorologist Brian Peters, and I want to remind you to come to the last Storm Alert Tour at Moody this coming Tuesday. We'll be at the Bethel Baptist Church there, so hope that you have a chance to come out. Certainly hope that you have a great weekend. Thanks for tuning in. God bless.